Hello, people of YouTube, and welcome back to Scholar of the First Sin, Dark Souls 2. When we left off, we just got into the Sunlight Covenant. Yes, praise the sun! Now we're gonna go ahead and continue through Harvest Valley. and, try regret. Try regret. I never understand why people leave some of these signs. And yes, praise the sun. Now, what we're going to do is we're not actually going to take this path. This path here is where you're supposed to go. We are instead going to take this side path, where we have more of these hammer jerks. The cool thing about them is they will poison themselves because they're too stupid to avoid freaking poison jars. So as a result, this guy will end up killing himself with poison because he didn't want to walk around. We come through here, and we get to this place. We then have this guy. Now, this area off this side here is entirely optional in the original Dark Souls 2. In Scholar of the First Sin, however, it actually does have a requirement. In a sense. It depends on if you're actually going for it or not. Because in this version of Dark Souls 2, with Scholar of the First Sin, Lucatiel has been moved here. Yeah, she used to be after the boss that we're going to head to soon. She used to be in the room right after it. But instead, they moved her here. I'm going to go ahead and use one of these just to fully replenish my health a bit faster. And so Lucatiel is now here.
Sorry to have... This is for you.
And she gives us the Ring of Steel Protection +1.
I found my thoughts. My memory is cursed. I am frightened, if ever.
And all she's telling us at this point is that she started to lose her memories. And that she tells us that her brother had gone missing at one point. And she remembers this. That he went missing. And she never could figure out where he went. Now, I just used up my Ferrous Lockstone. I thought I had more than that. Oh well. We get items, so it's cool. No, but Lucatiel ends up telling us about how she lost her brother, or that her brother went missing, and that she's never been. In that, more or less, what she tells us is that she came here in attempts to find her brother. In a sense, is what she tells us. She was looking for something, and she's certain now, after coming here and being afflicted with the curse herself, she's pretty sure her brother succumbed to the curse of the undead, and most likely came to Majula, or to Drangleic, in an attempt of finding the truth, or finding out, or he came here to look for the cure that had been rumored to exist in Drangleic. That one can stop themselves from going hollow and going completely insane by simply gathering the souls in Drangleic. Also, this area is actually a new section of the game known as Great Peak. It's actually our next section that we're going to go through after we finish off Harvest Valley. Ironically though, the boss fight of Harvest Valley is within Earthen Peak. It's really quite strange, to be perfectly honest. I just don't personally understand why the Harvest Valley boss is inside Earthen Peak. Well, whatever the reasoning was, they did it that way. And I wonder if we're gonna run into him again. Eh, poison. Jerk plant. No one likes shrooms. Unless you're Mario. And no, we are not going to run to him. I guess I'm either too high level or too low level for him to show up. In Earthen Peak, if you are within range for Forlorn, he will appear in this area right here. So, I guess some enemies here to kill. Ow! I forgot about you, you bastard. Ugh. Just gonna use that. Now this room in and of itself isn't too helpful. There is a chest in here, but it's not a good chest. Like, being completely honest, it's one of the worst chests in the game. Now you open the chest, and there's a trap. And inside the chest is a torch. That's right, a torch. That area has a chest, but its sole item is a freaking torch. Why does it exist? I'm not sure. Also, really cool zombie. Just is screaming at pots. Yeah. Pot zombie. Now the boss in this next area is not hard. At all. However, I want the fight to go a bit faster. As a result, I'm going to go ahead and use my Dark Pine Resin, and then enter the mist. In here, we have the Caventus Demon, also known by fans as Jabba the Hutt. That's what everyone compares it to, because it's big, fat, and ugly, just like Jabba the, and looks similar to Jabba the Hutt from Star Wars. But, ow. In and of itself, this boss is not very hard at all. Most people don't have too much difficulty with Caventus Demon. Ow. Okay, Caventus Demon, what the hell is wrong with you? I've never had Caventus Demon roll over that many times. And he's dead. Now the funny thing is, his boss fight can be made even easier with those jars hanging from the ceiling. Each jar holds an undead that you can release from the jar by destroying it with spells or iron arrows. If you release them, the Caventus Demon gets distracted by going and eating the undead. Like, I'm not even kidding. He'll go off and he'll eat that particular undead simply because it's there, and he'll completely ignore you. So, he's an easy boss fight that was made even easier. Now, I'm going to come here because there's a couple of items I want to get from Falcon. Now that I've defeated that first boss in Earthen Peak, technically the boss of Harvest Valley, but still. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna talk to Falcon. And I want to buy a dark weapon from him. And why not? I'll go ahead and buy the fire rapier while I'm here.
This land, this kingdom, all that little, save it. Come again? The dark.
Okay. Once you have a high enough intelligence and faith, Falcon over there will actually give you some items. Mainly his armor set, as well as a staff. A staff that, in all honesty, is extremely good with dark. Which makes sense. Dark guy gives you a staff good for dark. Makes sense. I'm gonna want to go into my inventory and use up a bunch of soul items that I don't need. Faded souls are the worst soul items. They only give you 50 souls each. And we'll just keep using all of these. And we should get at least a good couple levels out of all this. So I can hopefully get high enough level to equip a certain spell. So, increase those each, and then increase my attunement one more. Let's see, can I get... Okay, yes. And I'll upgrade my strength to 20. So with that, I now have a second attunement slot. So I can now equip another item. Or another spell. In this way... I'm still one... Damn it. Damn it, is there any other items I can use that give me souls? No. No, I don't. Aside from boss items. Well, shoot. Not high enough level to use those yet. Well then, I guess we'll come back later. So, we're heading back to Earthen Peak. Now, the spell I bought from Falcon and the spell I was going to try and use... is called Dark Weapon, which works like the Dark Pine Resin I used earlier. Only difference is it's a spell that I can use over and over again and isn't consumed. Well, one use is consumed, but the item itself is not. The spell itself is not consumed. So I can keep using it as long as I've got uses. The only trade-off is, from what I've read and heard, is that pine resin gives you a stronger buff. Like if you have pine resin and you use it, like dark pine resin, instead of using the things. If you use dark pine resin instead of the dark weapon spell, the dark pine resin actually gives a stronger buff to your damage. So, but it's consumable, so it's a bit harder to get. Though you can buy an endless amount from Falcon, each individual one costs 1,000 souls. So it can be pretty expensive for just that one single upgrade item. Or buff item. No. Roll back. Roll back. Now this area is a pain in the butt because these guys are mannequin archers. Which I forgot to mention a while back, these guys are considered mannequins. The mannequin archers shoot poison arrows, which can make fighting them a tad bit annoying. I've always hated when using a bow and free aiming the bow. That works. And the arrows get stuck on the invisible edges of the wall. So we go this way and we come to the ladder, only to have the mannequin drop down and throw poison throwing knives. We also have Devotee Scarlet, another NPC summons that we can summon. And then we'll want to climb up this ladder, where we will find this particular Grave Warden. One thing I've always been curious about that I've never understood is why the Grave Wardens are here. Ooh, the silverback spear, that's nice. What makes the silverback spear very nice is it's a dark spear. And I've used it before. It is actually really, really powerful. Now, we saw this fog gaze in the other room, up up above, and if you walk through, hey look, it's a bonfire. So, yay! Now, this next part is an essential, important part of getting through Earthen Peak. You must burn this windmill. The fact is, the boss here in Earthen Peak is immune to poison and even heals from poison. What makes it very annoying is that their boss room is filled with poison. That is, unless you burn the windmill. If you burn the windmill, the poison goes away. For the most part. There's still sections of poison there. Okay, now the reason I did that is because that particular mannequin who was running away using traps against themselves. It's fun. But he will go and he will close this door, which makes you have to take a long detour to get here. And there's someone really important. Someone I actually forgot that we have to send to Majula. Say hello to Leathersmith
Shush.
Gilligan.
You idiot. I'm on. You're a yeah, it's... You want... but... Why? Have you...
This guy, Gilligan, is a bit of a scam artist, but he's actually really useful. You all might remember the huge pit I showed you back in Majula, back around the first couple episodes. That pit is hard to traverse, unless you have Gilligan around. Which is why you want to talk to him as many times as you can, so that he'll go to Majula. Fact is,
God, I'm not...
he'll sell you 3 ladders. You can also get a reinforced club, a normal whip, claws, and a wooden shield, along with the thief set, and a few items such as Airmac ooze, bleeding serum, stuff of that nature.
Find it.
Which is somewhat nice. But his ladders are the most important things. He'll sell 3 ladders in Majula, each of which going down into the pit. Some of them are extremely expensive, others aren't. However, the ladders make it so much easier to get down the pit rather than jumping down from wooden platform to wooden platform to wooden platform, and eventually just kind of killing yourself trying to make it all the way down to the bottom and not having enough health. Most players have ended up doing that part. Now we'll go around here. We'll find this and ow. I keep forgetting about a lot of the changes made to this game for the Skull of the First Sin changes. Heal, 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 now, now, now. Ah, damn it! Got into the way. Shit. I'm just gonna do something real quick. I've still got time in the video. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to continue the next part of Pate's quest, which takes place right here in Earthen Peak. I've only gotten, to be honest, I haven't even beaten Skull of the First Sin yet. Not because I don't want to, but because I purposely haven't. I've been trying to get to the point where I could start doing PvP on this game a bit more regularly. And actually hopefully standing a chance in the PvP. So let's go ahead and do this, because this might help protect me from the jerks that want to jump down. Pick up the items. Climb up here before they come down. What the? You jerk. Okay, that's fine by me. Shit. Okay. Kill one mannequin. and kill the other. Sweet. Now, the reason I was trying to get to the point where I could do PvP, keeping me from beating the game, is that you want to be able to upgrade a lot of stuff and install the first. Then there's actually a second final boss fight that they added to the game. But if you kill the first final boss before and then leave and not kill the second one that pops up, the stone merchant in Majula will sell an unlimited amount of titanite chunks, shards, and large titanite shards, which is very helpful. Anyway, we have Pate here. And because he survived in that fight, he'll give you his entire armor set, which is very nice.
Well, I don't.
However, you have to talk to him. And he talks, I guess, for some reason it's already triggered. What you're supposed to do to trigger him to give you his equipment and stuff, you're supposed to go through here. Ow. And you're supposed to jump down here. And somehow jumping down here is supposed to trigger the conversation of you surviving some kind of trap. Even though you don't survive any kind of trap, and there's no kind of trap even triggered. You go, open this door, and then this is where you're supposed to talk to Pate. Once again, I'm going to do it just to make sure.
Perhaps you're more right. In any case, the treasure is yours.
Okay, yeah.
For instance, now, what miss up the poor bloke must have? You be careful.
Okay, so jumping down there and coming to the door will net you that bit of conversation, as well as continuing his quest line. Now, the rest of his quest line continues on the other path that we've yet to go down, the one behind where Rosabeth had turned to stone. We have a mannequin who thinks he's being sneaky by popping his head up behind the chest. Get some poison throwing knives. We'll open this chest. And we get a pike. Which, we just got Pate's pike. So, the normal pike's not as useful. So, I'm going to return to the bonfire because there's nothing else in between here and the bonfire for me to get. And this is just a lot easier since I'm at my limit for the video. Well, past the limit. But so I hope you all have enjoyed this video. And next time on Skull of First Sin, we will continue and hopefully finish off Earthen Peak. And I hope you all will come back for the next video. So long.